Good morning. It is September 14th, Tuesday, election day. I hope my ballot gets in. I did the mail. I started doing the mail ballot a while ago. But when was it? Friday, no, Saturday. I turned it in one of those like mailbox thingies. Like, I hope it got picked up on time. I didn't think about that. Note to self for next time. Just finished meditating. There was pulsing from the top part. And it was like just kind of going out. And then I know there was more, but that's all I remember because it was kind of caught in my head. I have a lot of stuff in my mind since yesterday, actually. So yesterday, I went out for a walk, which is so much needed. Went to Dolores Park. I was grateful that I went. Gave myself a treat to go get a coffee, and I went to go read my religion book, world religion book, and had my coffee, found a spot, perfect spot. It's like right at the top of the hill, so you can see, like, it's just a gorgeous view. And I'm just enjoying my coffee and reading, highlighting, like old school, right? Because I'm very old schoolish. I need something tangible to write on the. I mentioned it before, and then I have to look up every other word, so I'm just like looking up stuff. So it was nice. I met a couple people and had some conversations, and then walked back home when I had to go to the restroom. Walk back was not. It just felt good. Like it, and you know, my cousin says this a lot. You know, they've said that sometimes when they struggle with you know, just being stuck, they just go outside and walk, and it's a whole different experience. So I totally felt it. So I felt a lot better coming back. I was listening to music, just, you know, keeping myself in high vibe, try not to get worried. I check my, decide to cook. I made this incredible soup. I had bought baby bok choy when I went to Chinatown on Saturday because I crave soup, and because, you know, it's getting chillier. Some days it is, like some days it's not, or maybe I'm just getting used to the weather. I don't know. But I made soup and put lentils in it, cut ginger and celery and onions and garlic, and oh, I finally found like the what is it, the little bouillon, little cubes, because I've been looking for that. I go in and I couldn't find it. I finally did, so I bought some, and I added sopa de fideo in there too, just to give it like a little warm feeling. I didn't know what I was doing, but I was just mixing it up. Okay. So that was last night. So I checked. You know, I'm supposed to check my email once a day for work, and I was off yesterday, so I was still trying to turn in, like, I'm still learning, and so I was throwing out some questions, waiting for the response, and I'm like, okay, I'm on time crunch, I need to turn in some stuff. I get 3 new clients this week. So I'm so excited about that, because that's really gonna help, and you know, if things keep flowing, right, I'm in alignment. Things are falling into places it should, right? I think there's just this eager part of myself, like, okay, what's next? And needing to be grateful for just the moment, and I did my spread, and so sure enough, yesterday I didn't do Tuesday, Thursdays. I just did Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Monday was on point. And still trying to, like, regain control, really regain control over me and what I'm gonna do. So I reached out to my cousin who I had recently reconnected with, I think the week that I was moving. And I reached out to her because I'm just like, she's a coach. Let me ask her stuff. And you know, again, I wasn't, this line of work, therapy, coaching, I wasn't supposed to be in it. I really wasn't. Like, I fell into it. Or was nudged to it. To be quite honest with you, I was nudged. I remember, because I remember I always had a plan. Always had a plan. Didn't deviate from my plan until this world situation occurred that was out of my control, and then I was like, okay, I need another plan. And stepping out of my comfort zone instead of following through. I remember that was the first time I stepped out of my comfort zone. Coincidentally, is that the one today? No, that's the one for tomorrow. No, that's the one for later this week. So I'm preparing the videos for this week because I'm getting more clients. I'm trying to do like the whole week so I don't have to worry about it. And I have a lot of footage, and so I'm preparing it so I don't have to worry about it. But all the ones for this week, I'm just like, the themes of this week, it's unfolding. Like, I think today was about emotions. Yeah, today was about emotions, my Chiron. And, learning to be, having these extremes of emotions, right? That I've experienced one extreme and I've experienced the other extreme, right? and being able to, working on balancing the experiences and the emotions and being able to sway one way or the other, but still bringing myself back to center. Where was I going with this? Oh, so I was meditating and I was reflecting on coaching, and I have this idea that was triggered by my cousin yesterday when I was talking to her. She's giving me great advice, like, when I did this, I did it this way. Don't do it that way. Do it this way, and I'm gonna, ask you questions. Who's your target population? Are you doing this out of passion? Are you doing this out of money? Just like, because there's a difference in terms of higher, like, just really great advice. And I was just like, this is good stuff for me to think about. Because I had it. Like, again, this is something that a lot of people go into this field already knowing, oh, I want to be a therapist. I want to own my own private practice. I'm going to focus on this population. Like, that's, like, they just grow up knowing. And that was not me for this line of work. That was so not me. I fell into it. I wanted to be a teacher. Fell into this therapy business, and I'm being led back to it for a reason. But now it's like, okay, well, my anxiety yesterday went up a little bit in terms of just like, I need to figure out a way to like get over this next hump now, right? Because I'm still not bringing in secure income, if you will. It's still building up. And so the little anxious Yubi was just like, what do I need to do? I need a backup plan. I need a backup plan. And so my backup plan was like, let me start considering this coaching stuff and reaching out to friends and mostly family, really. But I have some colleagues that did private practice on their own. I remember some stuff that they said. And so anyways, so it's been on my heart. I mean, this whole time it's still been on my heart. Oh, so that's what I was talking about. When I had to shift, and I was searching and on the internet, like, what program do I go into? I knew I needed a master's. I just don't know in what. I don't want to be limited. And I remember reading the social work program at SC, and I remember there was like a little spark. I remember that. I was thinking about it today. I was like, oh, that's right. I had a little spark, a little. And I followed that spark, and it was so uncomfortable. I just remember those 3 years were just so incredibly uncomfortable because it really, one, I didn't know what I was gonna expect. I didn't know. anything about social work. I didn't even know about child protective services to a certain degree. Like I knew enough because I was going in the teaching world, but not enough really to know what I was getting into. And then when I learned about mental health, I was like, hell no, am I going? I'm not going. I have my own drama to deal with. I don't need to be dealing with other people's drama. You know, and again, this when you heal yourself, you're able to heal others, right? You're able to help others with what you know. But anyways, that spark reminded me of I don't know why it reminded me of this fire sign that I met at the market when I was working with Hannah, and it was a similar spark, very subtle. That's just what triggered while I was meditating. But anyways, so I'm thinking about doing this barter system, right? And in the community, and I reached out to my other cousin. So I reached out to my cousin that is a coach in Southern California, and I'll include her link because she's incredible. She works with victims of domestic violence, but she does her own coaching, and I'll include her Instagram account. And she's incredible. I mean, she has a soothing voice. So I'll include her link for her Instagram account. And then my other cousin who lives here, who's familiar with the community, she also does work with victims of domestic violence, but she worked with a lot of different populations. And so I reached out to her about like, hey, I'm really wanting to do something for myself as well, a way to get my name out, but at the same time, like, I'm needing something to get me over the hump, right? But then also realizing the community that I'm in, and what I'm, what is my goal really, right? Trying to like figure it out. So then I realized, I'm like, well, what if I still want to do the barter system? So I don't have a business, right, name yet, but doesn't mean I can't give, right? Donate my time. Because my cousin's just like, you have to get a business license to do the whole taxes thing. And I'm like, okay, well, I don't have the means to do that yet, but I can still offer my time, right? And within the community, in a coaching standpoint, so I'm not bound by any rules and regulations, so to speak. I'm donating my expertise in exchange for donations. What donations? Let me give you a list of the groceries that I usually buy. And it's only going to be 20 to 30 increments of my time. So I figured, okay, because usually, I mean, I came from education, and we were, there's research that says that 30 minutes of time could be equivalent to an hour's worth of time, depending on how you use that session, right? So I'm like, okay, what if I do 30 minutes of my time, 30 minutes of my time, where I'm offering support, and in exchange for a donation of something on the list that they're able to afford, if they can, right? So, a dozen eggs for 20, 30 minutes of my time. A dozen eggs lasts me a good 2 weeks. That's food. Like this is stuff I don't have to worry about. One less thing I need to worry about on my list. And so I'm helping them when they're helping me, right? Equal exchange. And those who'd rather pay, okay, well then, $4 for 30 minutes of my time. If they want to donate that much, right? So that's what I was thinking. So I figured maybe I can donate 3-4 hours of my time, and if I do 2 sessions an hour, that's anywhere from 6 to 8 sessions, 6 to 8 clients for a time of 3 to 4 hours on a Sunday afternoon. And that's at the max. That's as much as that I'm going to offer in terms of free service in exchange for donations, if you can. And And then from there, if people want something more than that, then, we can work something out. But that's what I was thinking, just to start off, right? Get my name out there, community, eco exchange. Not really stressing the financial piece of it, but if they want to donate food, 3 apples last me a whole week. Because I usually only eat half of the apple. So, little things like that, right? That's what I was thinking about while I was meditating. I was really excited about it too. just again, a way to help the community, right? Those in greater need, but at the same time still helping myself, right? Valuing myself, valuing my time. Where was I going with this? So anyways, so the cool thing is that they're both wanting to help me. Oh, so my cousin, who is a coach, she does a lot of international work, and so she actually invited me to do a seminar with her. I'm so excited. She's working with a group of teachers and teaching them about just suicide in general, and so she asked me, she's just like, if I could help, and so it's like a cohort, like a certain number of sessions that she's doing. And so yesterday she's just like, would you be able to be like an invited guest to speak on a certain topic? And I was just like, sure. Like, when is your class? And it unfortunately, it kind of interferes with a little bit of my work schedule. But I said right now, it's a little more flexible right now in terms of Friday afternoons. And so I said, and I'll try my best to move clients around outside of that. I think it's in 2 weeks. She said she's aiming for 2 weeks. So we were talking about topics. And so I was like, well, and I know the situation in Mexico too, because I've had family struggling with mental health illness in Mexico, and there's limited resources as to the connectedness of the systems there. So I proposed, I said, well, what if I talk to the teachers about what to do in a crisis, right? When they're presented with a student that's coming to them because they're a trusted adult, and letting them know, I want to end my life, like, what do you do with that information? And so, because I've had a lot of training on that, and I've had a lot of training on that. So I said, I can walk them through what would be like a sound steps, what steps to take next. So I'm excited that I'll be her an invited guest, and she's just like, hopefully you'll have this ready by this. I'm just like, I don't know if I will have like certain things ready, but we'll see what comes of it. We'll see. There's a part of me that doesn't want to create something new and wants to keep using the you becoming part of it to be completely authentic. But I also need to be mindful that not everyone's there yet. Excuse me. So there's that I need to fine tune in the next 2 weeks. But anyways, I need to get ready for a client, and I'm excited. So, I've been reading up on Buddhism, and I'm learning a little bit more. And in my religion book, there was a certain part where I had to stop, because then it said, you need to understand Hinduism in order to continue to understand Buddhism. So it's like, okay, because I had jumped to chapter 2. Chapter 1 is Hinduism, chapter 2 was Buddhism. So I jumped straight to chapter 2. And then it's just like, you want to understand the rest of, like, the purpose of it until you understand Hinduism. So it's like, okay. So I'm learning about Hinduism, which is really interesting, really fascinating. So now I'm wondering, I'm like, is that what I'm leaning more towards? Still on the search, right? But anyways, that's the update. So, till next time. Bye. My name is Yubi, and in case you haven't figured it out, this footage is capturing my
experience as I learn to navigate my personal spiritual awakening. I am learning that this experience is unique to each one of us. In whatever way we believe we are embracing living our truth, this just happens to be my journey. And despite me having a graduate degree and a license in clinical social work, this by no means is intended to replace any type of mental health advice. This is just me on a personal level, documenting my experience, shedding light on the truth that I am learning and discovering for myself, and really inviting you along for the ride. If by some magical chance you find this content to be helpful in any way, shape, or form, please click the like button, share the message, subscribe to my YouTube channel. I have an Instagram account, a personal one, and one specifically for this channel that you're more than welcome to check out. I'm an open book. I have also created t-shirt designs. I'm wearing my favorite one right now, which is the North Node design, but I have that and other things that you can look at inspired by this process and journey, and I have the link in the description box as well as in the about section of my YouTube channel. So you're more than welcome to check those items out. Any type of support is great. Again, if you find this content really helpful or meaningful, sometimes when we take that step and be vulnerable, with showing what's inside our hearts and what's really our truth, we realize that we're much more connected than what we thought we were. And so I hope that as I'm living this experience and that you find some type of truth for yourself, or find some type of ability to heal in some way just by relating, just by knowing that you're not alone. That really has been my goal with this process, not just being able to connect with others, but really for my own healing. It's definitely been a therapeutic experience and a very creative one for myself. So I thank you, and I wish you all the best, and we'll see what else comes next for me.